It was reported that the Director of Defense Information, Major General Simala Uba, disclosed this in a statement on Monday in Abuja. Now, General Uba recalled that the Defense Headquarters, DHQ, in October 2025, announced the arrest of the officers, noting that the investigations had now been completed in line with established military procedure and extant regulations. Now, he said that the actions of the officer, fast forwarding now, he said their actions were inconsistent with the ethical values and professional standards expected of members of the armed forces of Nigeria. So, well, if you are involved in alleged attempted coup, well, definitely your conduct would be inconsistent with the ethical values and professional standards expected of a member of the armed forces. So, like I said, they have tried to describe the same thing in different words.
Yes.
So, accordingly, officers found 12 cases to answer will be formally arraigned before appropriate military judicial panels to face trial in line with the Armed Forces Act and other applicable service regulations, he said. The defense spokesman stressed that the measures being taken were purely disciplinary and part of internal institutional mechanisms to preserve discipline, cohesion, and operational effectiveness within the ranks. Well, this man is a very, very efficient spokesman, if you ask me. His choice of words. He really affirmed the armed.
Like you said earlier that the choice. Like you said earlier that the choice of words downplay, like we call it in our own profession. That like for example, coup plotters, but we not call it coup plotters directly. Alleged coup plotters.
And then they said it was a matter of routine internal process aimed at instilling discipline.
Yes, we'll take a short commercial break now. We'll be back.
Olúmídé, kí ló dé tó jẹ́ pé ìwọ ló dáhùn ìpè mi?
Ọ̀rẹ́, fojú fóònù ẹ dáadáa kó wo ẹni tó pè jàre.
Ẹ̀yà, àwọn bọ́tìnì orí fóònù yìí ti wẹ́ jù. Kò rọrùn láti kà. Ọlámídé ni mo fẹ́ pè jàre.
Wo ọ̀rẹ́, ó yẹ kó wá lọ ṣàyẹ̀wò ojú ẹ níbùdó ìlera o, kó o sì gba ìgò ìríran náà.
Máa gbọ́, ìgò ìríran níbùdó ìlera bíi ti báwo.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, tó o bá ti pé ọmọ ọdún márùndínlógójì tàbí jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ, wá lọ ṣe àyẹ̀wò ojú ẹ lọ́fẹ̀ẹ́, wàá sì gba ìgò ìríran lówó tí ò gara láwọn ibùdó ìlera tá a ti yà sọ́tọ̀ nítòsí rẹ.
Bá a ti ń dàgbà lójú wa nílò àtìlẹyìn díẹ̀ láti ríran kedere. Yọjú sí ibùdó ìlera kan nítòsí rẹ fún àyẹ̀wò ojú lọ́fẹ̀ẹ́ àti fún ìgò ìríran lówó tí ò gara lónìí láti mọ ìyàtọ̀. Pé 0706-489-9614 fún àlàyé síwájú sí i. Àmì 0706-489-9614. Ìkéde yìí wá látọ̀dọ̀ National Eye, Air and Sensory Functions Health Program ti Federal Ministry of Health and Social Welfare pẹ̀lú àjọṣe Vision Spring Nigeria. Vision Spring, ríran kedere gbé ìgbé ayé àlàáfíà.
Alright, we're back and the program is still Conversation on Oluyole 98.5 FM. They're still on the alleged coup Bimbo. Now, there was a prominent civilian who was said to be on the wanted list of the defense headquarters. At the time the news broke of the alleged coup, it was said to have been a financier, was said to have moved money from the oil money, so to say.
And it was a former governor.
And Mr. Timmy Priscilla, he was overseas at the time, and he said he was willing to come home to defend himself. I don't know if he has done that. I don't know if he's back home.
I haven't had any news. I haven't had any news about that. Yes.
And no news of his arrest or whatever. And I think there are also quite a number of civilians too that were placed on the wanted list too, regarding what the military described as in relation to what the media described as acts of indiscipline and breaches of service regulations. So like I said, they are not outrightly calling it a coup. And where they mentioned coup, they said allegations bordering on plotting to overthrow the government.
Yes, and you remember that Nigeria has had an history of complex, coups, of military involvement in politics, and with multiple coups between 1966 and 1993, and which has made allegations of coup plotting highly sensitive.
And we've over time we've continued to blame the soldiers for our woes, despite the fact that they've been gone for over 26 years now. We are not getting it right. We still like to blame them, just as we also like to blame our former colonial masters over the so-called marriage of inconvenience. We try to blame everyone but ourselves for what has become of their nation. That's just by the way. Okay, away from the coup matter now to politics. No plan to drop Shettima as Tinubu's running mate, and that's coming from the APC. So, that means it's going to be Tinubu Shettima again, a Muslim ticket again. And, I don't know. Well, let's see. It says here that the All Progressive Congress APC now controls 30 states of the Federation. The defection of that's another story here about the defection. We'll come back to that one. But the one under the APC planning to retain Kashim Shettima as Tinubu's running mate. The All Progressive Congress APC National Working Committee NWC has described as purely speculative, untrue, and utterly baseless media reports of plan to drop Vice President Kashim Shettima as President Bola Tinubu's running mate in the 2027 presidential race. A statement issued in Abuja and signed by Felix Moka, APC National Publicity Secretary, urged media organizations to refrain from lending their platforms to rumor peddlers and mischievous news sources of questionable provenance, whose only intention is to promote discord and confusion in the polity. It equally cautioned ministers, senior government and party officials to avoid wittingly or unwittingly stoking the speculations and to focus on their primary duty of diligent service to government and our party and bolster the success and achievements of President Tinubu, inimitable and visionary leader. All Progressive Congress, APC.
The rumors have been on for a long time that the Vice President Shettima will be sidelined. It has been on. We don't know, maybe it is true or not, but now the APC has come out to say he will not be sidelined. But politicians, they can change anytime. Anytime.
Well, I guess the permutations and of course, anyone that will be president must, as things are at the moment, must placate in northern Nigeria. And maybe he's the one that is still appealing, that the northern Nigeria will still find appealing. And not that there are not people of other faiths that northern Nigeria could find appealing, but then, I don't know. I guess they are the politicians. Like I always say, they'll be seeing the things we are not seeing, and that would have to be Tinubu and Shettima again for the APC ticket. And the APC is also saying that the South deserves 8 years. As I'm referring, President Tinubu is from the South. So, and the Northern group raises 200 million naira for Tinubu. Here we go again.
Yes.
So it starts, Bimbo. They've started, and that's not too early for politicians. The fundraising and
fundraising,
and very soon the cost of getting nomination funds will be announced. The other time it was 100 million naira the last time, and they were buying it like they were buying puff by the roadside. Everybody was buying forms, and including those whom we know that in a lifetime, if it was just to be their salaries and then whatever work they've done in a lifetime, they couldn't possibly afford to throw 100 million naira away like that, even if they had it. But the anti-graft agencies asked no questions. Nobody raised any questions. They will say, if you're a senator and you cough up 100 million naira, they will say, I should be senator, we are colleagues and all that, not asking that how is it supposed to find or to come about that kind of money. And at that time, people like us were just wondering what kind of country is this. Some of them, they will tell you that it was certain groups, peasant farmers that came together and coughed up 100 million naira for them. So they will hide behind that. And of course, we that they are telling, we know that they are just being economical with the truth. There's a picture speak here, Bimbo, and that's why I always say that you wonder that politicians are very interesting people, and if you allow yourself to die or be killed because of them, you will just have died for nothing. Alhaji Ganduje, former governor of Kano State, former national chairman of the APC, who has been at loggerheads with Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf, the current governor of Kano State. You would think that there are two parallel lines that will never meet again. Here they are at Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf defection to the APC, and the two of them holding hands with Alhaji Ganduje and Deputy President of the Senate Barau Jibrin together, holding up the hands of Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf of Kano State, and smiling and looking very happy to see one another, looking very happy to see each other. And you begin to wonder, Bimbo, what's changed? What suddenly changed? What changed almost overnight?
That was what I said the other time. Politicians, they change their minds anytime that you would not expect. Yes, you would not expect. Well, I don't always I'm not always surprised at any actions that some politicians, some political leaders take when you see some scenarios. I'm not always surprised.
It's always after all, it's always about self. Now, as long as APC now controls 30 states as Kano governor defects with 36 assembly members, 44 local government chairmen. Okay, it took everybody. The All Progressive Congress APC now controls 30 states of the Federation with the defection of the Kano State Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf, 36 members of the State House of Assembly, and the 44 local government chairmen in the state. The governor announced the decision on Monday during a grand ceremony at the Coronation Hall of the Government House, Kano, drawing a large crowd of party leaders, government officials, and supporters. Speaking at the event, Governor Yusuf said the defection followed the extensive consultations and a careful assessment of current political realities and the future aspirations of Kano State. He explained that the move was aimed at strengthening collaboration with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to accelerate developments and deliver tangible dividends of democracy to the people. Well, I wish him all the best. And well, may the best man always win when it comes to the elections.
Yes, well, the same governor Abba Kabir Yusuf of Kano State yesterday, yes, like you said, formally defected, and he said his defection is in the interest of Kano people. Yes.
You expected him to say it was in his own interest. But that's what he will say. That's what they always say.
Now, there's this story that I'm seeing here, and it's, I don't know, talking about former Vice President Atiku Abubakar's son that picked up declared for the PDM, for the APC. You know, his father was of the PDP, the People's Democratic Party, where he contested as president. Now, I think he has declared for the ADC.
Okay.
Yes. But Abba Atiku, son of the former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, declared that no political party can defeat President Bola Tinubu in the 2027 presidential elections. And Abba, who recently joined the All Progressives Congress APC, spoke yesterday in Yola, the capital of Adamawa State, after collecting his membership registration card at Guadabawa Ward in Yola North local government. And according to him, his decision to join the APC was motivated by a desire to contribute to the administration's far-reaching economic and human development reforms. And well, Adamu Atiku, first son of the former vice president, remains a member of the People's Democratic Party. All these rhetorics I don't really understand, and currently serves as Commissioner for Works and Energy Development under Governor Amadu Fintiri of Adamawa State. His father is aspiring to become president of Nigeria, you are saying you are working for Tinubu. You want you are saying that no one can defeat Tinubu, and your father is also aspiring to be president and
aspiring to unseat Tinubu.
To unseat Tinubu.
But what's your problem, Bimbo? The father said it's part of the beauty of democracy. That's what the father said.
Yes, but I know that it is a political ball game. I understand what is happening here. We'll take another break. We'll be back.
Bàbá, ẹ̀gbọ́n tó nílò òun wí ni.
Mo kúkú gbọ́, ó ná ọmọlúàbí pọ́nbélé.
Ọmọlúàbí pọ́nbélé? Bọ́làjú ti wá ń pọ̀ sí yìí. Ṣáwá lè sọ pé ọmọlúàbí pọ́nbélé kan bẹ níbì kan mọ́.
Ó sì wà, ọmọ àfiwàbí, inú ìran ní ti ràn wá. Ni wọ́n fi ń pè ní ọmọnìwà òbí, ọmọlúàbí. Ọ̀làjú tó wá ń tọ́ka sí un, kò fi gba kankan pa ọmọlúàbí run. Ẹni mẹ́tọ́ tó sì ń ṣẹ̀tọ́ láwùjọ là ń pè ní ọmọlúàbí.
Ẹ ṣeun bàbá. Orúkọ rẹ yẹ kọ́tàn yẹniyẹni ju aṣọ ara rẹ lọ. Ìwọ ọmọlúàbí kò kúta rí, kò sì lè kúta láéláé. Jẹ́ ọmọlúàbí. Àjọ ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ tí ń runi sókè tanijí kálẹ̀ gbárùkù ti dàgbàsókè amúlùdùn àtọrọ ayé. Èyí ni Ọ̀yọ́ State Mobilization Agency for Socio-Economic Development, OMASED, ní Ṣùwàlétí. All across Nigeria, one truth prevails. Football is not just played on the pitch. Arguments fly, tensions shift like defenders on the pitch. And when the ball finally enters the net, that is the 12-player full attack mode. 11 players play on the pitch, but we, the fans, play from anywhere. With Betano, fans don't just watch the match, we influence the game. Register now and join the 12th player. Betano, not for persons under the age of 18. Bet responsibly.
Motor where you dey drive, you need confirm protection, no, for your engine, no. Make it mobile, make it mobile. Anywhere you dey, your motor deserve to be number one, yo. Make it mobile, make it mobile. You carry the go, make everybody join me, say, make it mobile.
Make you go with the best.
Make it mobile. Charity ẹni fẹ́ ṣàríyá o, gbogbo ẹni fẹ́ ṣàjọ̀dún, àbẹ́ni fẹ́ ṣèpàdé o, gbogbo ẹni fẹ́ ṣènáwó. BCOS Event Grand, òun ni ẹ máa bọ̀. BCOS Event Grand, òun ló kájọ ẹ̀ fún gbogbo ayẹyẹ. Èyí tẹ́yìn bá fẹ́ ṣe, BCOS Event Grand, òun ni ẹ máa bọ̀ o. Bóyá wá gbé mi débẹ̀ yóò, ilé akéde. Bóyá wá gbé mi débẹ̀ yóò, BCOS Event Grand. BCOS Event Grand, níbi tílẹ̀ ti tẹ́jú, àyè ìgbọ́kọ̀sí ń bẹ, ìyẹn pọ̀ jaburata. BCOS Event Grand, ìyẹn nílé akéde, oríta Báṣọ̀run, nílùú Ìbàdàn. BCOS Event Grand, òun ni ẹ máa bọ̀ o. Ohun tá à ń sọ ni pé fónírúurú ayẹyẹ tẹ́yìn bá fẹ́ ṣe, ó ti wù kó fẹjú tó. BCOS Event Grand, òun ló kájú ẹ̀, òun ló káàtó. Ṣókùn àgbà lẹ́yìn fẹ́ ṣe ni, tàbí ìgbéyàwó, tàbí birthday, tàbí open year crusade. Wọ́n sì jẹ́ book launch ní tiyín ni ẹ máa bọ̀. Ẹ̀yẹ sá ti kàn sí wa ní yàrá kẹrin commercial department BCOS ilé akéde, tàbí kẹ́ ẹ pè sórí BCOS customer care line tololong 0915-870-3300. BCOS Event Grand, ilé àríyá fáwọn tó mọ bó ṣe ń lọ.
Hello.
Olumide, why you dey answer the phone now?
Oh boy, look again, make you see who call you.
Chai! Omo, this small text no easy to read again, no. Now Olumide be one call.
E be like Satan don reach for you to enter one health outlet. Make dem help you check your eye o. Make you go also arrange reading glasses.
Reading glasses for health outlets?
Well, if you don reach your past 35 years, you fit get free vision screening and reading glasses wey dey affordable for some health outlets wey near you.
As we don dey age, our eyes need small support to take dey see well. Enter any health outlet wey near you for free eye check. Come get reading glasses
prices where they are affordable to take the see well. Green us for 0706 489 9614 for more information. Now 0706 489 9614. Now the National Eye, Ear and Sensory Functions Health Program of the Federal Ministry of Health and Social Welfare. They partner with Vision Spring Nigeria to bring you this message. Vision Spring. See well. Do well.
Right, you're back, and it's good to know you are still there, and the program is still Conversation on Oluyole 98.5 FM. Talking about insecurity here, well, Ondo again. It says gunmen abduct school proprietress, injure 3 in Ondo. Now, gunmen suspected to be kidnappers on Sunday evening invaded Iluabu community in Akure, North Local Government Area of Ondo State, abducting a middle-aged woman. And during the operation, the gunmen also injured 3 persons. The abducted woman, Tomilola Oladende, a school proprietress, was reportedly at the gate of her residence at about 8 p.m. when the gunmen, who were shooting sporadically into the air, seized her and forced her into their vehicle. Well, the story was that the gunmen were actually ambushed for a businessman in the area, on John Ofudua. And the man was trying to drive into his residence. He attempted to escape, was hit by bullets when the gunmen opened fire on his vehicle. So, well, they said they fired several shots at the fuel tank and the tires of Mrs. Oladende's vehicle to immobilize it. Well, the incident has triggered a peaceful protest. It triggered a peaceful protest by residents of the community on Monday morning over the rising cases of kidnapping and insecurity in the area and across the local government. We also have this one, gunmen kidnapped 3 daughters of Plateau Water Board MD.
Yes,
3 daughters and then...
Yes, there's this one too from Zamfara State. Gunmen abduct 26 in Zamfara communities, set shops ablaze. Well,
remember talking about these abductions, especially the one that I will call them, that I'll call them down south, and even the kidnapping of 3 daughters of the Plateau Water Board MD. Why do I have a feeling that some of these crimes may not necessarily be committed by those people that come from across our borders, those aliens, the ones that we call bandits and terrorists? Why do I have a feeling that some of these crimes are being committed by insiders, by our own local people, especially the ones occurring in Ondo State? I mean the kidnappings. Because I have a feeling that the local criminals have seen that this trade, I'll call it a trade because that is what our government has made it to look like.
Yes.
That this trade is very lucrative. Much more lucrative than armed robbery.
Yes, and instead of going into armed robbery,
and you go through less trouble.
Yes, it is just to abduct some people, put them into hiding. Then they will now continue.
Point of strength.
Yes,
and then the money, and then you have the money and all that. So I have a feeling that let me just say the handling of these acts when they are committed by the bigger criminals. Has encouraged the lesser ones, but they are lesser criminals, but just as lethal, just as dangerous. So it has encouraged them, and they also want to make easy money. As for the 3 daughters of the Plateau Water Board MD, why I suspect that local involvement, because of course somebody must have known that the man had 3 daughters who are together at a particular location, and that they were there for the picking. So someone, I guess, it must have been people that actually know them. And the abducted daughters were identified as Nanlock, Kenneth, and Favor. It was gathered that the family security guard, Bernard McJohn, was shot in the stomach and is currently receiving treatment in the hospital. They invaded their residence at about 12:53 a.m. to carry out the act. And they forced themselves into the house and abducted the 3 daughters of the water board boss at gunpoint. They knew what they were looking for, they knew what they came for. You understand? They actually came for the girls.
For the girls, yes.
And they knew, and of course they believed that the man would want to pay handsomely for the return of his daughters, for the safe return of his daughters.
Well, this interesting one here. The police have arrested a man that sent bomb threat messages to Lagos schools, and the Lagos State Police Command arrested one Kosiso Chukwe. Well, I don't know how to pronounce this one. Chukwuwem Nyem, alleged to have sent bomb threat messages to 2 schools in the Ikeja local government area, GRA, Lagos State last week. And this came as the command said it dismantled a notorious one-chance syndicate operating across the state, arresting 21 suspects in various locations. That one that sent bomb threats. I don't understand what is
it sounds like it's from the southeast.
Southeast, yes. That name, I don't know what is meant to achieve. I don't understand what his aim is.
Maybe he was trying to make some money for himself. Maybe, well, we don't know the details. Maybe he wanted them to pay him some money to ward off the threat. Exactly what I'm trying to say here.
Yes.
That if he had the means to carry out his threats, and if he had maybe perhaps the necessary equipment to work with and the necessary cohorts to work with, maybe would have done more than that. Maybe would have visited the schools and instigated the mass kidnapping. So, but then, like I said, these people have been encouraged. The local criminals too have been encouraged by the impunity with which the cross-border criminals with which they act. So they also been encouraged. They also want to make money for themselves, like I said. Meanwhile, troops have rescued 8 kidnapped Cameroonians as 80 militants surrender in Cross River. Well, I guess those are the militants that constitute local nuisance, and the ones that that kill themselves instead of uniting to ward off their common enemy. We have them in the southeast too.
Yes.
And in the meantime, Governor Soludo of Anambra State has shut down the Onitsha main market for a week over sit at home. I think they told people not to observe sit at home.
Yes.
Governor Chukwuma Soludo of Anambra State has ordered the immediate closure of the Onitsha main market for 1 week, following the continuous sit at home directive being observed by the traders. According to the news agency of Nigeria, NAN reports, Governor Soludo gave the order on Monday in Onitsha shortly after he visited the market, noting that the defiance of the market leadership to open was against government's directive. According to him, it is the latest and perhaps most drastic approach to determine who controls time and economic life in southeast Nigeria on Mondays. The enemy is the long-standing fair enforced Monday sit-at-home order, a ghostly mandate from non-state actors that have strangled businesses and normalized weekly Monday sit-at-home for years. In spite of repeated assurance of enhanced security and appeals to reclaim public spaces, many traders at the iconic market again chose to keep their stores locked. He said, Governor Soludo, you are a politician. You don't expect the traders to trust you.
Yes.
They will not trust you.
Yes.
And because of past incidents, you have failed to protect them in the past.
In the past, yes.
Your predecessors have failed to protect them. They have been disappointed. You assured them they came to the markets and they regretted. So, and in any case, closing down the market for a week, you have done exactly what those people you call enemies of the system, you have done exactly what they want you to do. They want the market to be closed, and you have decided to even give them the luxury of a week. You have extended that closure from Mondays. You have extended it to a week. So, of course,
to a week, all days.
I'm not in Anambra State, but from the feelers we are getting, even if you shut it down for a whole month to punish the traders, they still will not go to that market on Mondays. They will still defy your assurances and your directive. Like I said, Governor Soludo, you are a politician. They will not trust you. So, but I don't know what the solution is if the governor actually wants to stop this sit at home on Mondays.
Can't they go after those groups that gave the threat.
Exactly, they've not gone after them, and the people know that those groups are still there, and the threat is still as potent as ever. If you want them and you want to assure that you protect them, why not sit down again with them, again and again with them, instead of shutting down the market? Like, if shutting down the market, you have done exactly what those people want, and you have helped them to actually extend their seat at home. At Oluyole 2, protesters demand stiff penalties for bribe takers and givers. So much for the Oluyole 2.
That is normal. That has been the normal thing for years.
But Tobandoye, can we really say that those that bring gifts to the kingmakers, can we really call it a bribe? But everybody that is a contestant, they want to win that seat, so they will bring gifts. And as far back as ancient times, centuries, thousands of years back, that has always been the system. Whatever you have to do, they would say some will boast, and they will use all that, they will deploy all that. So one person eventually emerges. It's just like a politician that wants to be, you want to be governor, for instance, and you go visiting traditional rulers today, just to that. Do you go there empty-handed? Do you go there without, and then so do we call that a bribe? When I want to be governor now, I go visiting traditional rulers in different parts of let's say Oyo State now, in different parts of Oyo State. I want their blessing. I want them to support me. Would that just stand up and leave? Yes. Would that
you remember our former strongman of Ibadan politics then, yes, Alafin Molite, that like we used to. Yes, some politicians, yes, wanted to be, during past elections, wanted to be president, some wanted to be local government chairman, some wanted to be governors. Well, then they will come and pay homage to him, and they will not come empty-handed, like you said.
I think it's most natural. You don't even go, if you're a privileged person and we go visit an elder, of course it sounds somehow for you to now leave the presence of that elder, and then you go there empty-handed, and you don't. So I don't want to believe it is a bribe, because all the contestants will. Despite this warning, every contestant will be wanting to curry the favor of the kingmaker. So it's for the kingmakers to decide who to choose, and maybe for the Faoreko, although I don't know whether the Faoreko will be taking anything. But I don't know. Okay, so much for the Oluyole 2. Protesters demand stiff penalties for bribe takers and givers. Okay, Sunday Igboho, Chief Sunday Adeyemo.
Yeah,
is in the news again. It says Igboho breaks down in tears with the council experience in prison. Thanks Ladoja others for facilitating his pardon. Okay. A prominent Yoruba Nation agitator, Chief Sunday Adeyemo, on Monday broke down in tears while recounting his ordeal in prison custody in Cotonou, Republic of Benin. It was during a thank you visit to the Olubadan of Ibadan, Oba Rashid Ladoja, at his Bodija residence. He said he was treated like a hardened criminal, proud to the intervention of Oba Ladoja and other well-meaning Yoruba leaders at home and the diaspora. I deliberately read this story because while he was being treated like a hardened criminal, you saw in Katsina and in many other parts of northern Nigeria and other parts of the country where bandits, cutthroats, killers, murderers are treated like kings. And they are made to sit down. The government will just sit down at a table with them in the name of negotiations, in the name of silly and unintelligent repentancy program that has never yielded any good thing. And yet here is Sunday Igboho here, whose only crime was to protest against the killing of his people by killer herders. And hey, it was that raid on his home in Ibadan, he would have been killed if he hadn't escaped. Well, some people said he turned into a pussycat, and that was how he was able to escape. And then one pussycat was actually arrested, and poor cat. And I don't know what eventually became of that cat. I really feel sorry for that cat.
Because he was just killed anyhow.
I'm sure the cat must have been shot dead by now. Poor cat. So let's have this commercial break, and when we are back, we open the phone lines.
All across Nigeria, one truth prevails. Football is not just played on the pitch. Arguments fly, tensions shift like defenders on the pitch. And when the ball finally enters the net, that is the 12th player full attack mode. 11 players play on the pitch, but we, the fans, play from anywhere. With Betano, fans don't just watch the match, we influence the game. Register now and join the 12th player. Betano, not for persons under the age of 18. Bet responsibly.
èyíkéyìí ọkọ̀ tó bá ń wà. onílọ àbò tó péye. máa dágunlá jẹ́ kó jẹ́ mú bí o. níbikíbi tó bá wà ló mú ojúlówó. ó yá sọ pé. jẹ́ kó jẹ́ mú bí o. bóbi ní ìṣúlẹ̀ ọjọ́. jẹ́ kó jẹ́ mú bí o.
Lọ pẹ̀lú ojúlówó.
Hello?
Olumide, why are you answering the phone?
Check again and see who you called.
Hey, these small letters are not easy to read, you know. I wanted to call Olamide.
I think it's time for you to go to a health outlet to check your eyes and get reading glasses.
Health outlet? For reading glasses?
Yes, if you're 35 years or older, receive free vision screening and affordable reading glasses at designated health outlets near you.
As we age, our eyes need a little support to see clearly. Visit a health outlet nearby for a free eye check and affordable reading glasses today to see the difference. Call 0706-489-9614 for more information. That's 0706-489-9614. This message is brought to you by the National Eye, Ear and Sensory Function Health Program of the Federal Ministry of Health and Social Welfare in conjunction with Vision Spring Nigeria. Vision Spring. See well, do well.
Alright, we are back and it's still conversation. Time to open the phone lines. 070-5555-1985. Those are the numbers to call to be part of conversation this morning. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Tella and Abdullah.
Good morning.
Thank you. I pray for your peace in the name of Jesus.
Amen.
I also pray for all the peace-loving Nigerians in Jesus' name.
Amen.
I did that. We're calling from Okewo.
Good to have you, sir.
I congratulate Sunday Ademo Igboho for the freedom that he has regained. It makes us to remember the past wicked tribal administration. The man that was so interested in his own king people, not minding the peace of this country. No matter what a person does, whether he's alive or dead, it will be remembered. Sister said, the evils that men do live after them. So I wish all the leaders and of course everyone take note of what he or she does so that we'll have good, we'll have a good memory of us. Now, on Atiku's political venture and his son also belonging to different political camps, we had good examples in the past of close relatives belonging to different political camps. One was the Dosumo family in Lagos. The other one was in the UPN, University Party of Nigeria. He contested and won the senatorial election in Lagos State. The younger one, at the same time, was in the NPN, National Party of Nigeria. He was so committed to that party that was made a minister after his party has won the presidential election. So we also had the example of the Kodo shows in Shakin Okeogun region here. The senior one belonged to the other party, that Kodo show belonged to the Progressive. I don't remember the name of the party the other one belonged to. So these people, these families we refer to, they are wise people, not fighting themselves over difference in political camp they belong to. So I wish we learn lessons, good lessons from these people. Thank you, Adidado, from God bless you.
Yeah,
thank you very much.
Well, the day for the Saraki dynasty
yes.
in Kwara State, although they ended up fighting themselves anyway, but then they at one point or the other, father and son, brother and sister, we chose different political camps.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Mr. Tola, Mr. Bimbo.
Good morning, Mr. John.
John calling from Ilorin.
Good to have you, sir.
Like our class captain, Baba Didayo, rightly said, congratulations to Chief Sunday Adeyemo. And those who are trying to compare him with Mazina Dikano is a two different thing. This man is fighting for people not to kill his own people, and the other man say he's fighting for against the government by killing his own people. So it's a two different thing. Quickly, Mr. Tola, Mr. Bimbo, I want to quickly raise an alarm, and those concerned know what I'm talking about, and they should adjust quickly. We all know that farmers, things did not go well for us last season, and we take it that way. Every day is not Christmas. But there are some farmers that are digging their own grave, and when you hear them kill, people will be blaming those Fulani. What is going on now is that nobody is buying cassava that much. It's very cheap. By the time you uproot it, you transport it, you find out that you will get nothing. So what some farmers do now is that they go to this Fulani herdsmen, bring them down to their farm, negotiate with them, then those one will pay. Those Fulani will now go and bring their cow to that farm and started uprooting the cassava for their animals.
Wow.
So by next season, if things improve, and those Fulani people trace their way to that farm and eat those crops, the man will not come and say, I want to let Fulani are eating my cassava. When he tries to talk to them, they will kill him there because he's the one that eats them to that place where cassava was cheap. And we advise farmers to give them cassava to people who can approve it. I did the same on the 200 acres. I gave it to people free. If you can approve, then I'll approve. If I don't make profit this year, that doesn't mean I won't make next season. They are taking their own grave, some people are in their own farm, and when they are eventually still in that farm one day, people will be attacking Fulani, people will be shouting Fulani to fire. Enjoy your day. Good morning, sir.
Well, thank you very much. That's a very serious one. Well, I think the solution to this probably it should involve the community leaders and the traditional rulers.
Yes.
And on the part of government, I think the government has the capacity, if they investigate this and it is found to be genuine, and I believe it is genuine. What Mr. John is saying, I believe it is genuine. They have the capacity to buy this products, agricultural product, this cassava, off the farmers, if for the sake of preventing what Mr. John is warning us about.
Yes.
If only for that sake, the government can buy it off them in bulk. They have the capacity. They can do it. They have the capacity to do it, and they can also, and to also be of benefit to the government and the people of the respective states.
Yes, and well, we want to thank you, Mr. John, for that piece of information. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
I'm a lawyer.
Good to have you.
Just I want to go with John. We can't say a lot. No, what happened at it. We are not going to speak to people. Don't go to the position in the follow. It's a lie. All the fight cut out it. 95% of people go. The same people that say, "Hey, Mr. John, you should go your team, please." Then in the article 12, what he said, what is happened? In 2023, what happened? National president. They are not election at all. They are not elected. It is a one. That is an election for you. On the road, Tola,
Okay.
you guys speak well. We take one matter one day. The man goes to 1 week. Let me give you an example. In Southeast, if you are looking at it, among the developed world, they say they're not going. Or next to them, let them come. They will go. Without it, no government should do the right thing. Tell them to do the right thing to complete our problem. Thank you much.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Nwelem. Well, I believe what Mr. John was trying to say is that quite unlike Sunday Igboho's campaign for his people, I think he was trying to say that Nnamdi Kanu's campaign to protect his people has been marked by violence. And then violence and blood and letting. Well, it's not that this saying that Nnamdi Kanu was responsible for those killings, but then it's something we all know that it has been marked with violence. I think that's what Mr. John was just trying to say.
This last one. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
And now, on what Mr. John said, if you have leaders and leadership who feel to happen, now, since when have we been talking about this over 15 years now, over 10 years now? Do you know the government has not given it people with all these African countries to find a ranch, maybe with the local government of each respective place, to find a ranch so that these people can rent, not give so it can rent for like 10 years and all that, so that there will not be any mix-up between them and farmers. So even if the farmers need to sell to them, you will go to the local government or to the place. There should be an office that I want to sell. So those ones will now send their people and harvest and that kind of a thing. It's close to me, pay me, I sell. So, but we want to just, government has not done anything to solve the solution. First, what they're supposed to do, they cannot do. That is what happened to the United Nations. They take something to solve many problems in the world. Until this Trump now came and now shouting, initiating a bill of peace and all that. All of them are shouting. What can you do?
All right, thank you, Mr. Jide, for the collab. We have to go. Very interesting time on conversation, and we'll be back same time tomorrow morning, God willing. My name is Tola Teriba.
My name is Bimbo Akombe. Thank you very much for listening. Enjoy your day.